My father, may his soul rest in peace, started his licensing business back in '91. He's been very close with the founders of Guess. He obtained the license back then and built the handbag division to a multi-$100 million business.
What are the 3 things that you gotta have to position yourself as like a luxury brand?
To give the people an idea of how big this business has become, can you speak to like how many doors you're in or just more numbers?
You know, your Saks, your Neiman's, your Bloomingdale's, your big box stores, and then your boutiques.
Can you give me a story where it's like you hit a home run?
Paris Fashion Week 2017. I had a connection to a friend of Travis Scott. We managed to link up. It turned out that Virgil came, Kendall showed up. It was like a whole scene. And then Travis performed Goosebumps on top of the bar.
For the people that don't know you, who are you and what do you do?
David Remock. I'm founder of RTA. That's one of my ventures. I also have a few other, I'm in the licensing business, do a lot of product and business from that side. And that's more of my family side. And then I also am an angel investor and in tech.
Are most of the businesses apparel businesses? I know RTA is an apparel company.
RTA is an apparel company. We have other categories. You know, we're slowly launching different categories from season to season. But my other companies are licensing in accessories. Yeah, but more mass market, bigger brand names internationally. So that's my brother and I manage.
What kind of accessories? Like sunglasses?
No, all handbags, small leather goods, luggage, hats, umbrellas.
For the people that don't know, like, what is licensing?
Licensing is when a brand needs to make product and doesn't have that expertise in making it. They come out to a company like ours where we can do everything from design, distribution, sales, operations, and basically be the back of house for them.
So if I had like if I was like McDonald's and I wanted to make handbags, I would come to somebody like you and you would help the design, the production, and shipping it to Walmart or wherever it's going.
Yeah. So my father, may his soul rest in peace, started his licensing business back in '91. So that's been since then, family-owned business, and he's been very close with the founders of Guess. And he obtained the license back then and built the handbag division to multi-$100 million business.
Like Guess, like
Guess. Yeah.
Wow.
And it's a funny story because when he started, he was in between his businesses and the brothers offered him the license, but said it wasn't really going to be much. It was just like, here's something to do, and he had an option to take either handbags or men's suiting, and they're like, you can take handbags, but it's not going to be sexy.
Yeah.
So, after several seasons, it was a hit right away, and he got it going and built it with their power to what it is today. It's like, it may not be big here in the States, so we don't feel it, but like internationally, it's a monster.
That's crazy.
It's huge. How would you say if there's a kid watching and he wants to get into licensing, how is that possible? Is it through like the licensing show or? I mean, you gotta have a structure. You gotta have factories. You gotta have the know-how. You gotta know how to understand contracts and royalties, and the business side of it's really important.
What other, is it just Guess or are there other licenses that you guys manufacture?
Guess just bought Rag & Bone. That's a bigger brand too. So that falls under the umbrella. Then there's other smaller mass market brands.
So you're like part of the fashion Illuminati.
I mean,
you're like in there.
I've been trained. I've had the experience. I'm 38. I started right out of school under my dad's wing. So my dad, taught me everything. Being in the warehouses, traveling to China, being in the factories. So that really gave me the ability and know-how to start RTA.
What was some things that, like, what would you say is like one or two things that was like pivotal that he taught you along the way that like still resonates with you today and that you still use today?
I mean, for me, it's like the ethic is something that, get up early, put in your hours, never take anything for granted, and just grind and know where you come from. You know, my dad came, like I'm sure your parents came as immigrants, and he had to hustle his way through. And he came to LA in '69. He worked in the garment industry, had a lot of friends who helped him out, and he built a fashion brand himself in the '80s called Condor, which, you know, had its heyday, but then he lost it and then had to start again.
When did you start RTA?
2013.
And was it like you just couldn't work with your dad anymore? You guys were beefing? I know how that goes. Trust me.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely a tough love environment. I have an older brother who's running the business. But I was put in this system that the operations, and I felt that I needed, my own experience starting from the ground up, you know, and I would never be able to really take control as a boss's son without having the startup, you know, foundation. So and I know my dad, he had also an arm that was doing private label denim. He was a partner with other guys in this company that did a lot of private label for in the denim world. So I'm like, you know what, let me go down that route. Let me learn what these guys do. And you know, I took a trip to China. I went to these factories. I learned the intricacies of you know, washes, construction, fits, and that gave me like a whole education, like kind of like more than college ever did for me, to learn the ins and outs of actual production.
What was your first product that you imported or you created?
First product I created was denim. I actually started a line before RTA. It was called Beyond the Dream. But if you take the initials of Beyond the Dream, it's BAD. It was bad. I put together this line, trying to go mass market right away and listening to different voices and this, you should do this, you should do that. And, you know, came back with this collection I put together and met with a few, you know, met with 2 showrooms, and they're like, this is not for us. This is, can't do anything with this. And then, you know, that was like a whole moment. I spent 3 months in a factory building this together, really excited to get something going, and just fell flat on my face.
What, you just fucking frustrated, or what you
was
feel?
Just like,
fuck.
I was like, shit, man. I didn't, you know, money, time. I was about 25, 26. So I just regrouped, and I said, you know what? Fuck everyone. I'm not allowed to curse here.
Yeah, you get it. I mean, bro, we let it fly. We say the craziest shit, so go off.
I got back to my roots. I'm like, what do I really want to do? What do I really want to put out? And by the way, this was all women's. I wasn't thinking men's. It was just 2000.
Why did you do women's? Because I feel like as a stylish guy, it's like, men's is so natural.
You don't get all this like, you know, right away. You got to learn. You got to build. You know, women's. I really contemplated and like inflected what I want to do, and I said, you know, I'm from LA. LA's my roots. I was born and raised here. I know it so well. Let's put out something that really represents LA. Let's really tap into the culture. And what is LA? For me, LA is cool, easy, chic, and simple. It's like denim, tees, leather, exactly what I'm wearing today.
Hey, literally, this is like the most, this is like an Airwan LA Land Rover fit right here.
So I worked locally, worked with some local suppliers, worked with some denim houses, got a collection together. And just put a scrappy thing together. Went to my first trade show in New York at Coterie, got a little booth, and called everyone I know, tried to get any buyer that I could get to come through and see what I had. And you know, I managed to get, you know, a few key people from Bergdorf's, Barney's, and a few other smaller stores. This was back in 2013. They both had interest, Barney's and Bergdorf's, but they're like, we're going to launch it alone. We can't any competition here. So, so I ended up choosing Bergdorf's because they were the bigger corporation at the time. And that opened up so many doors. And then like from then, like we went there, then we got Neiman Marcus, and then we got some key players, domestic, like Maxfield's and like some high end boutiques. And we built just from collection to collection. And that's how RTA, the road to awe, which is the constant journey to perfection, started. How did you get into those like luxury spaces? Because I feel like I'm really good at fucking price point, mass volume, cheap, you know. But I come from that world too, so I know where you come from for sure. But how did you get like running off the ground? How did you get into those accounts? Like those are pretty luxury, established, retail stores.
I was going to say, are those accounts walking the floor on the regular at the shows?
Yes and no. A lot of the higher end accounts will go to Paris. So Paris is where you can really make a mark and get those higher end boutiques. And at the time, it wasn't direct to consumer, wasn't huge. It was just like a afterthought on the back burner. So it would just focus on wholesale, getting the right doors, getting into doors that carried bigger brand names. And if I had to offer like really favorable terms, I would have done whatever I had to do.
Was it like having a nice show, like a build out and like a nice aesthetic, or was it like just going to the buyer, be like, bro, let's check my shit out? Like, what was it that made them want to ultimately like carry your brand?
It's the style, it's the mix of materials, it's the local manufacturing. We were priced well for what it was. Our leathers were priced competitively. Our denim, our knits, tees, and we sold the look, we sold the vibe. And when I retrospect and look back at all this, the beginning foundations of what we put out, and we made some cool videos and unique things, and it sold the LA vibe, LA edge, which these stores at the time were more than willing to take a gamble on. And then, it's not just, you sell and you're done. You have to go, you have to follow up. You have to go out to the stores and make sure that they know who you are, tell your story, be in their face. And I mean, not be in their face, but be available.
Yeah.
We just grinded. We grinded this, once you start, it's so exciting, you get in that one store, get another store, and then you start doing the New York Fashion Weeks, the Paris Fashion Weeks. Then you add Milan, and that's how the whole cycle started. And then we started adding international players to the mix. So,
what do you think are like 2 to 3 things, like components that a luxury brand needs to have? Like the look, the fit. Like what are like if you could boil it down to 3 things, what are the 3 things that you gotta have to position yourself as like a luxury brand?
I would say DNA. It's like really important that you have a foundation and the DNA, the look of who you are, and don't stray away from the DNA. Because I've made the mistake of straying away from the DNA and just, didn't work out. So that's what I've learned throughout my years. So it's kind of making product that's timeless and that you can always look at it and say, okay, this is the same person that you're designing for. So when you're designing, you're like looking at a muse. It's like, this is my girl, this is my guy. And like anything I put out can always go back to this original look. And, we do that through mood boards and my whatever I put out, I always want to make sure that I could look at this 10 years from now, come back and say, okay, that it made if it doesn't make sense now, it made sense at the time.
How do you mix in the trends into that sort of philosophy? Because, right now everyone's wearing a certain type of jean, a certain type of look.
Yeah.
And obviously the retailers are like, oh, these are hot. We need something like this. But then you don't want to stay away from your DNA. So how do you mix that in subtly, I guess?
I mean, there's so many ways to do it, but it's really like, doing research. If you're taking a trend, like where is that trend coming from? Understanding the whole story about that trend and not just taking it as face value and trying to regurgitate it into your design. Fashion changes. Like we started in our men's business, we started with skinny jeans and, you know, no one wears skinny jeans out of our crew. Like right now, I mean, but you'd be surprised. Like it's still, in the market, our number one style. But we do offer, you know, different fits. We offer full arrays. You can find anything now, to cater to your style, but it all makes sense. You know, I can wear a skinny version and still pull it off today. You can still, it's about mixing and matching and styling.
And to give the people an idea of how big this business has become, can you speak to like how many doors you're in or just more numbers?
Yeah. I mean, listen, we've gone through ups and downs, but you know, we're at a point. I mean, the big box stores, I mean, the wholesale market is a challenge worldwide, these days. But I mean, as direct consumer takes more and more, so we really focus now on selling directly to our consumer. But you have, you know, your Saks, your Neiman's, your Bloomingdale's, your big box stores, and then your boutiques around the country that we're always supplying. So, wow. But a lot of stores are going out of business and it's always changing. It's always changing. And it's my job for our stores to like always know what they can get from us and be consistent.
Is the brand still majority women's wear compared to?
No, it's majority men's now. Things have flipped.
Wow.
Yeah. It's really hard. It's been hard for me to manage both men's and women's at the same time. Cause for us, RTA is like, for men's, it's like really defined. It's like your luxe street, kind of urban vibe, and women's is more like really cool, playful, edgy, and more chic. So, you know, at our stores, you know, you have like, you have those dudes coming in looking for that. And then you have like your like Beverly Hills moms coming in. It's hard to mix and it gets really expensive to market to both demographics. So what we're doing now, I mean, it's not out yet, but we're creating, we're a new women's collection that's, very denim centric, but also like in line with our men. So like our girl and our guy could date.
What advice do you have for a kid that wants to get his brand inside like a Neiman's or Saks? What's the advice there?
Okay. You got to build hype. You got to make them come to you. I mean, that's the goal. You have to have an edge when you're starting a line, whether it's like it's design, it's the product is insane, or, you know, you have celebrity friends or, whatever it is, you have to have that edge, or you have a lot of money. I mean, it could be a number of things, but to get it out there, it takes a lot of hustle, and it's not one formula. There's so many ways to do it. And you have to have your supply chain in line. You gotta know, you have to have resources, and you have to know, like, if this is going to be messed up, I can go this way. Options.
That was good. You just made me think of the celebrities. How do you go about, I feel like seating is very important.
For sure.
How do you go about that? I know a lot of celebrities have worn RTA.
Yep.
Future. I could name a ton, but I guess you could speak to some of them.
I mean, there's a lot of ways for that too. Being in the right doors, they're shopping. You know, so if you're in the right doors, they're going to see it. It's going to be visible to them. A lot of people reach out. You know, a lot of people need fits for whatever event. And then there's also us going out for key people that we're interested in, and getting them dressed up. It's collaborating. We do a lot of collaborations with artists or ball player athletes, and we've done a lot throughout the years, and I'm always trying to find the new angle to come out, because, you know, if you're not making noise, and you're just another brand, you know, so that's the way we grow and get attention.
Do you have you don't have to name names, but do you have like a crazy celebrity story that's like, you got burned or this guy fucking wasted your time? No, you don't have to name names. We're not shade room here, but
Right.
Is there a time where this guy had you running around the entire city or some shit like that?
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. Lots of different stories. I mean, yes, you get burned all the time. You know? People ask for clothes. They want custom shit. You know, you work overnight all weekend just for their event to get something going, and, you know, custom leathers, and then I'm not wearing it. You know, it's like, but that's the game. You know, you gotta, you don't, no one bats 100 or 1,000. But when it does hit and you get like, you know, an Offset on his album cover or, you know, whatever, you know, and it's also about finding talent early. Like if you can get like the people before they come up and, you know, just be authentic. You always make an impression. They'll come back.
Can you give me, like, on the flip side, can you give me a story where it's like you hit a home run and that shit was like it increased sales like 500x?
All right. I think it was Paris Fashion Week 2017. It's been a while, but we had it was a last minute like party we were trying to do, and you got to make noise at the right time when the eyeballs are there. I had a connection to a friend of Travis Scott, and we managed to link up and made like some deal where he would come and perform Goosebumps at this club that we just rented out, and invited all our buyers, all our friends. So it turned out that Virgil came. He played the beats for the party. Kendall showed up. It was like a whole scene. And then Travis performed Goosebumps on top of the bar. And that was just a night to remember. And then like explosion after that.
What is like? You're telling me Travis Scott, Virgil, Kendall Jenner, they all came to your brain party.
Yep.
That is insane.
Yep.
And how, did you see like an increase in sales? After, or was
at that time we weren't really online, so it was just like, but yeah, at the wholesale level for sure. You get then you get buyers hitting you up like, we just saw this, like we want a part of it.
Yeah.
You know? But you know, when you're growing up, when you're trying to grow too, you got to be selective. You can't just flood the market.
Yeah.
You know,
Can't water it out.
So
what was the deal with Travis that you made? You had to get unlimited supply of RTA.
So he wanted something from Goyard, so had to take him shopping.
So you were a sugar daddy.
Had to take him shopping, a little sugar daddy.
That is crazy. How much was it?
He was just coming up to at the time. So
so this is like Travis, like early Travis, not fucking what he is.
Yeah, I mean he was big still, but he wasn't what he is today.
Yeah. How much was the Goyard bill? And what did he buy? Like a book bag, a duffel? The whole store?
He bought like a watch case, like a big ass watch case, and probably ran me like 15 G's or 15 G's euros.
Oh, what is that in US? Like
same, no?
20,
same,
similar,
a little more.
18.
I mean, shit, that's fucking worth. You had Virgil come.
I mean,
like that.
Sometimes you can't put a value to hype. You know, you just got to go all out, not just roll the dice. You know.
And what like
that's
era of
business?
What era of Virgil was this? Like early Virgil too?
Early Virgil too. 2017.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is insane.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Travis Scott.
I'll show you some pictures.
Any other celebrity stories?
Let me think. I mean, we linked up with DDG, our last like kind of bigger collab.
I saw that.
So, he was a fun dude. We went out so many times and got close, and we have some interesting collabs coming up.
How does that work with the like collaborations with celebrities? Is it like contract, handshake? You just buy them a Goyard bag? Like how does that work?
I mean, it just depends. Like you need a celeb to show up. You want to dress them, or you want to actually do like something meaningful that's more long term. And you know, usually like I don't like to just, you know, put a check out and just, you know, boom done. I like to do something that's more authentic, more collaborative, like a real like, you know, involved in design process, involved in the marketing process, and in launching out the whole strategy. And I want want whoever I'm working with to be as involved and put their heart into it.
You want them to care, and not just grab a bag and just dip.
Yep. So,
is it like a percentage split, or is it just more of like relationship and you just kind of go as the collaborations process?
No, I mean, you got to work out the terms for sure. And if there's a record label involved, or if it's just with themselves or their manager, it's it can vary. But either there's upfront cash and then there's like a back end split, or it's just a bigger back end split. I mean, you can skin a cat so many ways.
Yeah.
But it just depends.
When do you determine because I'm sure there's a lot of celebrities that came to you and asking you for collabs and you turn them down. When do you determine if it's like a right fit for the brand and when it's not?
I got to meet them. I got to break bread. I got to really, it's just a feeling. It's a feeling.
It's an instinct.
Yeah. Sometimes you feel like it's not going to work out. If someone can't show up to a meeting, or like you're stood up, and it's just like, why am I wasting my time? I got a lot of shit to do.
That's insane.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
The Travis Scott story is still crazy.
Yeah, it was,
that is crazy.
It was the movie. It was a movie, and it's a night I'll never forget.
You have like photos and videos?
Yeah.
You gotta hang those up in the wall. Like, are they in the showroom? Are they in the office?
There's so much stuff that I'm not really a social first guy, but there's so much stuff, so many videos and things we've done that I just have like in our archives. So, maybe one time you'll come by and the studio, show you through.
What's the best city to have a trade, like to go? What city is the best to do a trade show in? Is it New York, LA? Like, what's the best market? Paris?
Depends what category of product you're doing. The biggest one is project in Vegas. New York used to be, but it's less and less. There's Chicago. I know Atlanta has one too.
That one's cooked.
Yeah.
Cooked. Like, it's not even worth your brand going.
I've never been, but I heard.
Yeah.
Paris Fashion Week is the time if you're building if you want to be more of an exclusive higher end brand, is the time to make a mark, because everyone shows up. Like all the big US stores that are relevant go there. Even the ones that are not relevant still go too. So we post up. We usually either we do like some type of event or like a party, or I've done presentations. I've done all types of things, but those are budgets. You got to be prepared.
If you were starting your brand today, would you go the trade show model, or would you go like the Instagram direct to consumer model?
I mean, again, it's all about what your edge is. If you got that clout, if you have that hype, or you got a celeb, or like a rapper like behind you, or you got a way to get it out there, you don't even need to go to these shows. A lot of people today just put drops out online and they move through product like that. Yeah. They don't need to rely on all that.
How much of your business is D2C versus trade show now?
You mean versus wholesale?
Yeah, versus wholesale, yeah.
I'd say about 50-50.
50-50. How are you?
We have stores too.
Oh, you have your own retail stores as well?
Retail stores. Yeah.
Where are their stores at in LA?
So I had one in LA, but LA's just been dead.
Yeah. I saw somebody ransacked it? I saw that video online, right?
Yeah. Ransacked?
Every store gets ransacked, bro.
Yeah.
You grab and go. Like we get camera footage of.
It's crazy.
I'm not promoting anyone to do that, but
that's LA for you. That's what they do out here.
We got security now, so don't even try. But Vegas, and then New York.
How do you manage that? Like, I feel like having a retail store is like so different than running a brand.
Having retail is tough.
Completely different, right?
It's a whole different business. I mean, for me, it's like I think about it three ways. I got wholesale. That's a whole team. I got e-com, direct to consumer. That's a whole team. And then I got retail. It's a whole team. And there's like it's very difficult to run just a few stores. It's easier to run more stores than less stores.
Why do you say that?
Because then you have more structure. You have like, you can, there's more structure and department there's
more manpower, I guess.
More manpower. You can have a buyer that manages it. It's the metrics. You can determine what works where. If you just have a few stores, it's harder to have more manpower because it gets too costly, and then you got to do more yourself. And then, you got to think about like events at each store, activations. How do the windows look? What merchandising, a lot goes into it.
Was there ever a moment where your dad kind of gave you like the pat on the back?
You know,
I know like every
that question,
like kid, like that's what we yearn for, right? Like any dad who's done anything, it's like that's what we're looking for, right?
Yeah, I mean, my dad was tough love. He he put a lot of pressure on me, and they say pressure either breaks pipes or makes diamonds, and not everyone can handle that. The pressure that a immigrant father can put on you.
Yeah.
But I learned so much from him and his success and his his hustle, as a kid growing up, he would be gone all day. He'd be traveling and just focused on building it for the family and for his legacy and for the future generation. So the question is how tough love and hard work. So that kept me grounded and I never could, take anything I did to my head and I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing, but just had to stay humble, low key and just continue to grind.
How do you balance your father? I know I saw the car. You're a father. How do you balance like running a retail store, a wholesale business, the D2C with being a father? Nannies? Is that the end? That's what everyone always says.
You got to have help for sure. But you got to choose your spots. You got to make everything meaningful. So if with the kids, when it comes to kids, you got to, I drop them off at school in the morning. So I get my little time there and I go straight downtown to get to work. So I think it's more organized and structured. And it just, it teaches me not to waste time, not to procrastinate, get things done. And I feel like I'm more efficient actually. They say, if you want to get something done, give it to a busy person.
That's true.
I used to do 8 to 8. Those are my hours.
Yeah.
Now it's 9 to 6. But I have a full operation downtown. So, I got the whole team, people, coming, they have questions, they need help, it's there's a lot to do.
Was there ever a point where you kind of went crazy? Like even for me, my dad had, built a somewhat successful business and I kind of lost myself. Yeah. I was selling weed and I was fucking, going to strip clubs, doing gator tails, wilding out, right?
Right.
Was there ever a point?
Was that just last night?
No. Last night it was actually the 5 of us in the hot tub just talking about our feelings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then we moved it to the fire pit over there.
All right.
Yeah. Was there ever a point where in the hills, it's you get crazy out here.
Insane, right?
Yeah.
We don't get this in Atlanta, right?
Hell no. In Atlanta, we get a bunch of trees. We don't get any of this.
Yeah. I spent some time out there. I know.
What'd you do out in Atlanta?
I mean, we did a collab with Savage, 21 Savage.
Oh shit.
So
you were not in the trenches. You were in the trenches. You were at Waffle House and shit with 21 Savage.
I saw. Yeah. I mean, we went out, wanted to feel culture. Get the vibe out there. I went there many times and, Saks and Neiman's, that's the hot spot right there.
Yeah. It's so different than out here, huh? The Atlanta culture.
Yeah. I mean, less swimming pools, right?
No swimming pool. Yeah. A lot more humidity.
Yeah.
What did you,
what's that? Tigers?
What are tigers?
No. Cheetahs.
Oh, right? you went to Cheetahs with Cheetahs Savage?
Went there, yeah.
Was that part of the brand deal? Yeah, you get a collaboration, but you got to go spend 10 racks as it.
Let's just say I know about it. Put it that way.
That's so funny. What other rappers or celebrities have you done collaborations with?
It's not just rappers. I mean, we've done, Mastermind. We did collab with them. We've done we've done a collab with the Vogue editor Anna Della Russo. We've MGK when he was coming up too.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
How'd you get that?
How did I get that? Just that came through a friend of ours who was at the working for a record label and just put us in touch. And when I went out to meet him, and didn't live too far from here actually, and chopped it up, talked about designs, and he had a whole album coming out, and let's do something for your album. Let's put it in art. Let's mix our DNAs. Let's put out some dope product.
Do you have any crazy MGK stories? I heard he doesn't eat. He only eats kimchi and bone broth or some shit.
That's true.
I don't know. I saw it on a clip.
I'm not sure about that. But we I mean, I don't think we went out like too much. I don't think there's any crazy stories, but we did a whole event for his launch at our store, and he had all his fans come, and the guy's such a sweetheart. He, there's some fans and waiting in line wanted to buy his product. They couldn't afford it. So he, just whipped out his Amex and just paid for his friends. I'm like, bro, that's a G move.
Wow. That's crazy.
Just wanted him to have some product,
That's awesome.
So, things like that, touch my heart. When I see like people actually caring for their fans, and, I try to, instill that in our brand too, and our ethos, like, take care of people who appreciate us.
Are there any, anybody on your radar now that you're trying to work with or do a collaboration with? Any Belly Gang Kushington? Or is that too street? You ever seen them, the $100 YTs? You'll see them. It's too Atlanta, right? It's early. Early, but you got to do a Belly Gang Kushington RTA collab. That shit will go crazy.
Yeah,
you got to drop the fucking $1,000 YT.
Yeah,
or RTA. That shit will go crazy.
That would.
He's a rapper in Atlanta, and he's like, I guess his whole shtick is like, they say he looks kind of like gingerish. Like he looks, kind of white, but he's a black guy, and he's just, his whole thing.
White guy with ginger?
No, he's
a black guy with ginger.
He's a black guy, but then the whole like viralness of him is that like people don't think he's black.
You got someone else to show me a picture of that. But,
we'll show you.
That shit is crazy. And he does $100 YTs. That's like his like merch.
Nice.
He's going crazy though in Atlanta. You've seen him online, bro. He did the fucking 75 on 75. Yeah, he stopped the fucking highway, bro. He stopped the highway. Yes. Yeah. He stopped the highway and he did a fucking performance, bro. He does. This is how when he first started going viral is bro. He took this
on the highway.
On the highway.
Like, on the highway.
Imagine in the middle of the fucking LA highway, somebody's stopping and just doing the shit. But what he does is for his merch, he sells $100 YTs and he makes them bricked up like, and that's like his bit.
I mean, that's creative.
Yeah.
That's creative. That's an edge. That's an angle. I mean, that's different.
Yeah. Belly Gang, if I get you this collab, I need 10%. All right. I need at least like 5 YTs. That's what I need.
There you go. Take care of the people that put things together.
Yeah. But is there anyone that's like on your radar that you're looking at? Whether it's like a rapper, a fashion guy?
I mean, I don't want to talk about anything until it's done. So, I mean, we're always talking to people. We're always talking to people, whether it's just, getting them dapped up or actually doing collab. It's, there's so many ways you could do things. I mean, a lot of these things take a lot of energy, take a lot of time and effort. So I have to make sure that it makes sense to do so. We did a fun thing with some of the Lakers with Jared Vanderbilt.
Nice.
We did like a whole little LA vibe collab with him. That was fun. But we are hosting an event in New York this Tuesday coming up with homegirl FTGO. You heard of her?
Yeah.
I'm too old for that.
Yeah.
Was she like a rapper or?
She's a cool girl. She
does a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
She's one of those cool Instagram kids.
She's a cool girl.
She has the face tattoo, right?
Yeah.
I've seen that.
That's going to be dope. And, we're going to get the whole block out in New York. We have this whole little block, this little community guys, that we're close with. So
how far out do you have to plan and like to do these events and these activations?
Events, no problem. I can get an event together a couple days, but activations and like you're talking about Complex Con, that takes a lot of thought and time and build out, make an impact. You gotta really put resources behind it.
As a brand, how do you like quantify if activation is worth it? Because I feel like a lot of times brands will do activations. You're not going to see the money right away. Like you're going to maybe spend $10,000 on an activation. It's not like you're getting a PO for $10,000 the next day. No. So how do you, is there like a system or a metric that you use to be like, yo, this one was worth it. This one maybe is like, we should have left this one.
I mean, if there's for sure. I've had a lot of duds and a lot of successes. But if you're doing activations, like, and you have some like secret sauce behind it, you have like someone who's really dope, and you can create some product that's limited and only available then, and make it exclusive and build the hype behind it, and you can get kids lining up like and selling out, and you can just do the math. Does it make sense? Will I sell enough? If I sell out, will I sell enough to cover my costs?
Yeah.
And when you're doing activations, it's the whole point is marketing, getting the name out there, promoting yourself, and you should never expect to like break the bank, but you should at least always cover your bases. And for me as a businessman, I'm always looking at like if I lose and this is a dud, like what's the most I'm going to lose?
What's the worst case scenario?
What's the worst case scenario? Always look at,
always say that.
Yeah.
What's the worst case scenario?
What's the worst case scenario? And can I stomach it if, obviously it'll suck, but it's like, okay, I can move on. It's not going to break me.
Do you think, brands now, because I feel like even for your brand, it's like you weren't really forward facing, and now you're doing the podcast. Do you think brands now need to have like a active founder, like an active designer?
I mean, it's like, I'm not, I'm like a businessman. I'm not a hype kid, so it's like, I think just nowadays everyone's consumed by content. We're all on our phone. Like we would check your screen time. What's your screen time?
Fucking 9 hours.
9 hours, bro.
It's crazy. It's 9 hours and I'm driving and doing this shit.
Yeah. Right. So that's just becoming part of our lives. It's our culture. So, I feel like people are just don't really care for the brand anymore. They want to know more of like who's behind it, what's the story about it, and you have to be relevant socially, or people have to know who's behind it to make that impact. I mean, very few cases where you have just a brand on its own, you don't know who it is. And I mean, some very couture brands can do it, but
those are also heritage. Those are also they've been around for and they got the Illuminati money. So it's a lot different.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm starting to do a lot more, just explaining, talking about collections, being more in front of the camera. I just did this mentorship at Otis Fashion Design School, got in front of the kids and, did a whole program with them. So I'm just, myself personally trying to get out there more. And we'll see where that goes.
See, guys, we'll see where that goes. The inside scoop, guys. We're interviewing real deal fashion Illuminati. You can't find this nowhere else.
Crazy.
How do you know Michael?
Michael Smith?
Yeah.
We've crossed paths.
That's who connected us, by the way.
Michael's a great guy. He has a marketing mind. He's in touch. He's really connected. He's hooked us up. We've hooked him up. So it's like, we're friends now.
So he's the one that pushed you. He's like, you got to go on this podcast.
Absolutely.
You got to
all day long. He's like, you got to be out there. You have such a story to tell. Like I want to be you. Like you gotta be out there. Like, I'm like, bro, these kids, like they for me, it's like they just want hype. They want bling. They want all that, I mean.
Yeah. But I mean, there's so much things that we can learn. I mean, if you didn't do the podcast, I'm gonna tell you right now, the shit that's gonna go viral is the Travis Scott story. That shit's gonna go viral. And think about it, all the kids too, they also need to learn. Like,
I gotta get you some photos, some footage then.
But the kids, they gotta learn, because it's like sometimes it's not always about doing it the corporate way and paying the check. Sometimes it's about catching them early and buying them a fucking Goyard bag, and all of a sudden you got Kendall Jenner and Virgil Abloh pulling up to your brand party. Like you can't pay for that.
No.
And those are stories that only experience and only people that have been in the game can tell you that, it doesn't matter how much fucking clout you got. Like, that's real life shit. So,
I mean, I'm impressed with what you guys did. Like build the whole media company. Like you didn't even think about that. That's what it's going to turn into. And it seems like it was a
complete accident.
Yeah.
It was a complete accident.
Right. Sometimes like that also, like accidents happen that are like crazy surprises.
Yeah. Last question. So if you could go back to the 18-year-old version of yourself, you're working for your dad's company, you're running what was the first brand? Bad?
Yeah.
You're running dream. You're running your first brand. What's one advice you would give yourself?
I would say, never give up. Just keep pushing, no matter how hard times get. I've had days where I was crying. I've had situations, people let me down, and I've wanted to, I'm just like, fuck this. Like I can find something else that's much more easier and less stress on me. But, just know that all those hard times build experience, they build character, and you may not have the vision or the answers right in front of you, but they will come in time, and stick it through. Don't give up.
Don't give up. I like that. That actually, I was on the way here yesterday and I was like, fuck this shit. Yeah. I'm gonna go get a job. Fuck this. And it's good.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Nice. We're interviewing.
But yeah, I mean, I would say like, also, build your foundation, have a good support system, make sure you got homies you trust next to you that don't look at, the material things, and that you can really trust and don't need anything from you. If you can, build a family.
Speaking of material things, what is like the craziest materialistic thing you've bought? That's like the fuck you shit. Like, you have it on your wrist, but what's another one?
I just bought a rose gold AP.
Oh shit. Is it the Skelly? Like where it shows in the back and shit?
No. Yeah, it does. Yeah.
How much is that?
I don't know if it's called a Skelly, but yeah.
Maybe that's what the street call it.
That was good 6 digits, 6 figures.
And where do you go straight to AP or do you go unauthorized deal? You go to 47th Street? Where do you go?
I got hooked up at the dealer.
Oh, nice. So you have a good history with them.
I'm building it.
Yeah.
You got to build it.
How many shitty APs did they make you buy before you got that one? Because they make you buy a lot.
I didn't have to, but that's usually the way to get it.
Yeah.
That's the straightforward route.
Yeah.
But you gotta have connections. I got hooked up.
What about what's your favorite one? Like, what's your favorite watch brand? Rolex, Patek, AP.
I mean, Rolex is great every day.
Rolex is if you're broke.
No. Rolex is dope, bro. If you want to be low key, it depends where you are. LA, no problem. But start going to Paris and like Europe, it gets shady. So you don't want.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful.
Yeah.
I mean, bought a house, bro. That's my biggest flex.
Yeah, but that's too boring. They don't want to care about that. They the kids, they want to care. They care about the crazy shit,
Yeah, I mean, I'm into investing these days. That's
what do you invest into? Like companies, tech companies?
I invest in tech companies. I got a network of friends who are really connected, and I get in with them on projects and deals, and it's been good.
If we were to raise money for our company, what can we get? How do we even go about doing that?
You mean how can we get what? Like capital?
Like if we were to raise money, how does that even work? Who do I talk to? Which ring do I kiss?
I mean, you guys have metrics, right?
Yeah.
You have like a whole deck prepared. You got more materials.
Make one for Figma.
You got materials.
What do you guys look for? What are the metrics like?
What would you say the drawbacks are?
I think it's about the founder, their drive. You got to feel how much they want it. And I think that's the first thing I look at. You can tell when someone's just trying to raise because they have to, or like everyone has to, but if they want it, how bad they want it, and like what motivates them, and like what's their vision.
That's what I wanted to go into, where you said everyone has to. Do you think everybody has to raise money to get to a certain size?
You can always bootstrap. I mean, and most people do, but like eventually, like if you want to take it to the next level, you want to scale. I mean, it makes sense too, but there's plenty of people who haven't and built naturally, but that's much harder. That's a harder route. If you have something that's strong and worth it, you can raise capital for sure. If you just get in the right network, talk to the right people.
Should we raise capital?
I want to hear your vision. I don't know much. What are you trying to do? I mean,
so the companies is split into 2 companies. The network is essentially, the angle is educating the 18-year-old version of ourselves. So imagine when you're 18 and you're seeing all these brands. How do I do that? How do I, even the Travis Scott story, it's like, how do you do that? It's like, that's our goal, is to educate that kid.
Right.
And then ways that we monetize it are brand deals, partnerships.
Okay. And is it working out? And is it, I mean,
we did this year alone, we did 400,000 so far in brand deals.
Yeah.
We did 400,000 in brand deals this far. Profitability, how profitable are we on that side?
Like 30%.
30%. But we're also spending a lot of money coming to Airbnb. It's like this, but we're reinvesting it to
that's
get more
great.
shows,
Got it.
more products.
I mean, I heard like Mr. Beast, right?
Yeah.
Like
He spends all of it.
He spends all his revenue, but he's growing. He's like, do you see that show that he put out?
He spent like $10 million or something.
That's wild, bro.
Yeah.
If you don't have to, and the income's coming, you can grow naturally and slowly. I'd say that's the preferred method.
There's the other half of the company. You didn't.
Oh yeah, and then the other half of the company is the wholesale. We probably do. Last year we did about $12 million. The profit on that was like 1.6.
Right.
Very lean, very like Asian owned business.
Great.
This year I think we're on track to do the same numbers, but we increased our margin 7%. So we didn't get as much growth, but then we just protected our margin a little bit more.
I mean, that's good.
So is that a sellable company?
Absolutely.
Well, what do you
sell a multiple on your EBITDA?
What do you think the multiple would be like having what we've done now?
I think it's just the whole Superline as a whole. I don't think you'd be able to split it up.
Yeah, it's
just sell
one. Be one, right?
Yeah, I mean, but you're doing good EBITDA, so I wouldn't want to sell. What do you want to sell? Like,
no, I just
you want to keep doing what you do, right?
Yeah, I love this.
You're growing, bro.
I love this. Like you couldn't. I don't care about the money. It's just fun, you know.
Yeah,
but I
think for you, it's like maximize the vision. Like, why don't you just build like rent a official Superline space?
Yeah.
Like, and do all like have a home base, and that everyone was like a destination one people want to get to, get more talent, that more higher end talent, be very like strategic with who you bring on, and have a game plan. If
you were to put a multiple on the EBITDA, what would you?
Well, so you got what you said, 12 plus 400.
Yeah, but we're only halfway through.
You just started this, right?
Yeah. We're only halfway.
You got time, bro.
But if I just want to know. I want to know. You know, I'm a scoreboard guy, so I just want to know like what's on the scoreboard. I mean,
different industries have different multiples.
Yeah.
Some people take multiples off revenue.
Yeah.
Some people do multiples off EBITDA.
Yeah.
When it comes to wholesale, it's definitely EBITDA because it's not. You're not selling Superline gear, right?
Yeah. We're just it's a distributor model.
So it's not going to be heavy multiples.
What would you give me though? Like a 6x EBITDA? Just give me a number. I just need to know a number on my head so I got
to do a little more digging, but I wouldn't. No, 6x too high for wholesale.
6x
the brand name, it's different. Yeah. Brand name is much higher.
What would you say? 4x?
3-4.
Yeah. And then what on the media side? What?
Oh, media is a whole different story. I have friends in the media game. My buddy owns the company that owns World Star, Genius. He has a bunch of brands there, and they're selling many multiples.
Yeah. So what is it, like 20, 30?
Yeah, and because it's media, I don't know if it's the same as tech, but tech gets the craziest multiples. But you have, from what I see, from what I know, I don't know so much, but from what I see, you guys have something. You're in touch with the Gen Z, with the younger demographic, which is really important these days. I'm constantly trying to figure out how to do that. You know, as the older I get, the harder it is.
Yeah.
But you know, if you can speak the language and speak to them, and connect with them and get them engaged, if you engagement's the new currency, right? That's what, you know, views and all those metrics is really what can drive your value.
So you're saying just keep going.
Yeah, don't stop, bro. Too young to stop, dude. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? You cash out, then what?
I don't even know.
Do you become Joe Rogan?
I don't even know. For me, I just love it. It's just so much fun. I mean, I can't believe this is what I'm doing on what is today? Wednesday?
Yeah.
A Wednesday afternoon. This is my job. I have a great view.
Thank you for bringing me out here during the day and getting me away from the downtown grind.
Yeah, that shit's disgusting out there. The downtown LA is disgusting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not for everyone, but
yeah.
You know, it's my home, so I'm used to that.
Yeah.
We have a little compound, so I don't.
You got the gates. You're protected in the zombie shit.
Yeah.
You got security.
It's all outside.
Yeah.
But I think next line for you guys is like let's figure out how to do a Superline event.
Yeah.
Let's maybe start a Superline trade show.
We've been talking about it.
We just
maybe cut that out.
Right now, it's only a couple kids right now, so we're trying to figure it out, and it's a lot of work. So
you know, why don't we do an event together?
Yeah.
We can talk. You can do something like we can
maybe an activation.
Yeah.
RTA blank. The $1,000 white tee with belly game Kushington coming soon.
Do you guys produce yourself or you just buy?
We mainly buy, and then whatever's not on the market we'll make in-house.
How much are you buying tees for?
Tees, I mean,
It varies.
it just varies. You got to remember our market is very different because it's essentially a wholesale business.
Yeah.
So like, you know, on the high end,
You're selling to like people who are starting their brand and
Correct.
buying blanks and printing on them.
yeah. So on the high end, like $650, on the low end, like $250.
Yeah, got it.
You know, so it's very different than, you know,
Listen, I mean, everything has a price. It's just, you move volume.
yeah, it's a volume game.
You're jealous of my price. I'm jealous of your volume.
Yeah.
You know, it's a trade-off.
Well, I'm really just more jealous of the Travis Scott. Like if Travis Scott could come to Travis Scott, if you're watching this video, I don't have enough money to buy you Goyard, but you know what? Fuck it. We have enough money, right? If Travis Scott is watching this video, I got $20,000 for you shopping spree at Goyard. Just come on the podcast.
There you go.
Yeah.
But you got to bring Kendall. You got to bring Kendall Jenner, and you got to bring I don't know, Tremaine Emmerich. Is there anything you want to tell the people? Last closing thoughts.
There's much more to share. Maybe we do round 2 and you know, support us. Check out RTA.com.
What's your socials? You're new to this. You got to plug your socials. You got to spam the socials. What's your at?
My at's Dreamy, DREEMMY. I recently became unprivate, so
Follow him. I'm gonna tell you when you go on his
follow RTA brand first. Yeah.
RTA brand. But if you go on his Instagram, he lives a great life. I mean, he pulled up in a nice car with the Patek. So make sure you follow him. Maybe you could DM him privately and ask him for help on your brand. If you got a shitty brand,
Listen,
you may or may not invest.
I'm more than willing to help out. You know, I like, you know, I want to give back, so I do help. You know, a lot of people hit me up for help, so advice.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
You know, we stay giving y'all
free game.